part of it is like, do I really have to adhere to this? Is it really for me? Am I an exception to this? Now, it may be a good law for you, but I think I don't need to have that. And so we recognize that what? Our sinful nature constantly wants to do what? Rebel against rules, regulations, limitations. Don't tell me that I can do this, but I can't do that. Don't, if I can figure out a way to do it safely, should I be able to do this? No, the law says no. And I think what happens is this, that when the authority says don't, and that's what the law does, by sin, taking opportunity by the commandment, this nature within me rebels against limitations. Who are you to tell me what this limitation is? And so we take a look at our nation. There used to be a time, a season, where when people were not married, that they wouldn't have physical intimacy. It was considered something wrong. And now it's what? Now it's all open. Now it doesn't matter if you're open. Doesn't matter who you are. I mean, they're pushing as much as they can the envelope to say what? These things are archaic. These things should change. These things are not who we are today. But isn't it amazing how whenever there's this limitation that we think, what? I shouldn't be limited. I shouldn't be limited. And that's what he begins to say, that when you have this commandment, a standard, a limitation, something concrete, then sin produces in me, it reveals in me all of these evil desires. Think about this in Genesis chapter 2. You guys know this passage, but I want to share a couple of things with you. Because in Genesis chapter 2, God had talked to Adam, he talked to Eve, and he made a statement, hey, you guys can eat out of all the trees of the whole place. I've made this whole garden for you. It's all yours. But then he said this in verse 16. After he says, the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat. It's all yours. Now he says, verse 17, but. So now I'm going to give you only one limitation. One limitation. Then it says this, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for the day that you eat of it, you shall surely die. So one limitation. And then eventually, as you have that limitation, then we begin to recognize that now everything begins to shift. And as it begins to shift, now what happens is this. Sin, through the serpent's deception, made this tree what? The focal point.